Welcome back to WSAV News 3 today at 11. Human trafficking, the exploitation of another person for sex, labor, or services, is a global threat. There are 1.5 million human trafficking victims, most of whom are women and children in the United States. In Savannah, Tharros Place provides support and shelter for survivors of human trafficking by offering residential services for girls between the ages of 12 to 17. Next month, they are hosting a unique fundraiser to raise awareness and money to support their mission. Julie Wade is the nonprofit's executive director. She joins us now with more. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for doing the heart work and the hard work here in our community.
Thanks, Kim. It's great to be here. And the real people doing the hard work are our direct care team that are with our girls 24/7, 365, providing a loving, home-like environment to help our girls see a new way forward.
So we were talking during the break. Though Tharros Place is fairly new, it's had a major impact on our local community. Let's go back and talk about how it started and what the name means, because that's significant as well.
Sure. So actually, to go way back, about 15 years ago, there was an FBI sting in our community, and a 12 and 13-year-old girl were picked up as victims of trafficking. And at the time, law enforcement had no idea what to do with them. This is when we still used words like child prostitution. It was a different time. And then they took them to our local hospital, which also had didn't know what to do with these young people, really further victimizing them. So that began a long conversation about the need for a facility in our community for survivors of human trafficking. So we started the project in January 2022 and opened December 2023. So it's been about 2.5 years. Sometimes it seems like a blink of an eye, and sometimes it seems like a lifetime, like raising kids.
Yeah,
right?
Like raising kids, because that's what you're doing,
Yes.
though, in essence. But when we talk about Savannah being a hotspot for human trafficking, what is going on in our area? There are several factors.
Sure. So Chatham County ranks 6th in the state and 2nd outside of Atlanta for reported cases of sex trafficking. And there's lots of different factors. The fact that we're on the I-95 corridor, we've known for a long time, that's a corridor for gangs and drugs and guns, and you'll often find human trafficking with that. Our hospitality industry, which we all love and participate in, is a lot of fun, but anytime you're bringing really large groups together, you're raising the risk. Right now in Atlanta, there's a lot of talk about the World Cup coming, and so those big events contribute to it as well. I will say the girls that we see are Georgia girls. They're not crossing the border or coming over in container ships, but they're girls in our community who live in particularly vulnerable situations and are highly susceptible to manipulation. But the good news, in the light of all that dark news, is that we are able to do, to help them and support them here. We actually serve girls from across the state, but really help them in their communities, help them, for some, reconnect back with their communities. We just celebrated 2 graduations, which is a lot of fun. Both girls you have to leave Tharros Place when you turn 18. So they were former residents who came back. That was fun, and we had our staff there celebrating, just again like a family would. So we love celebrating those big life moments. Graduation is something. You remember yours.
Yes,
I remember mine.
Vaguely. But so on a personal level, how does this make you feel when you see these success stories?
I mean, that's the golden moment, right? I remember last summer, so I'm a runner, and we had the girls all do a 5K. The Red Hot Chili Pepper run, it was like 1,000,000 degrees. They were not thrilled about it. And we had a whole group of supporters there, and they ran the race. The slowest one was an hour, which is a great time for a 5K. And what was so amazing about that is no one knew those girls were Tharros Place girls. They just looked like community girls out running a 5K. It's one of the few times I've actually cried leaving, because it was just so lovely to just see this very normal, positive experience for girls that they didn't think they could do it. They didn't necessarily want to do it, but they were so proud, and it was just such a fun event. So we love to celebrate those events, those positive pro-social events. They have been through a lot of trauma, but they need those typical teenager experiences that our kids got. And so we try to balance the trauma, the therapy, the needs, with also really creating positive, fun experiences.
And that's what I was going to say. Before you get to the success story, there's a big safety net. I mean, you provide like the resources. Tell us about those, the services, the trauma-informed care, the transitional housing, the restorative treatments.
Sure. So girls are with us. We're open 24/7, 365, providing in-person direct care. Of course, we provide all of their meals, clothing. All of our kids are enrolled in education. We have 2 staff members dedicated just to education. We've just started a new program where we're able to support young people in their secondary education, which is great, because just because you turn 18 doesn't mean you're ready to be on your own. And so counseling, of course, life skills, job readiness. We have one young person that's participating in the city's Summer 500 job plan. So, and because we have a smaller population, we're really able to identify like specifically what each girl needs, because as you can imagine, it's not a formula, and each girl comes in with different needs and different hopes and dreams. And so we have a great team that's there on staff with all the training of social workers and counselors. I don't have any of that, but providing that. And I will say in 2.5 years, we've also just gotten much better at it.
Yeah.
Just like starting any new business, you kind of learn as you go. And so, yeah, we're really doing really impactful work. I have a great team.
So we have about 30 seconds to go, but in order to get all of this done, you do need the help from the community, and that's where this fundraiser next month comes in.
Yes, and this is an easy one.
Yes.
All you got, it's on Father's Day, so we want all the families to come out to Starland Yard, and for every draft beer you drink, we get $1. So dads, cheers.
We know dads.
We'll also have a raffle featuring items from local businesses around Starland. That area is so booming. So you can participate in a raffle, you can have a beer, we'll have a table staff the whole time so you can learn more about Tharros Place. We do these little pop-up events, probably once a quarter. So yeah, come and have fun on Father's Day.
Yeah, and it's for a great cause. That's the
Thank
bottom
you.
line. Julie Wade, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for what you do in our community. We appreciate you. You've been doing this long before Tharros Place was a thing, so we appreciate all of your hard work.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And here's the information once again. Tharros Place fundraiser is Sunday, June 21st from noon until 9 p.m. in Starland Yard. That's at 2411 DeSoto Avenue. What happened to our screen? There it is. So you can find this information again and see this interview with Julie anytime on our website by going to wsav.com/community corner. And she is hoping, Alyssa Carsley, that rain sets in today because she has some mowing to do.
I'm supposed to mow my parents' yard, so save me from it.